Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning and I've started on my second video of stitching this quilt. I'm actually quilting it today and hopefully I'll get it done by this evening and it'll go out tomorrow.
This is like the deadline.
Yeah, I'm on deadline. But before I finish sewing, let me take just a quick break. And I want to show y'all a few of my quilt tops that I've got sewn lately. I've been working real hard since January to get a few of them sewed together, so I have a nice supply on hand, and I want to show you a few of them. This is a pattern I made up by myself. I started to use a pattern that I had bought and purchased, but I couldn't figure it out. I'm awful trying to figure out patterns. So this is just one that I have done on my own.
Next one coming up.
And let me fold this one up and I'll show you my little dragonfly quilt, which is a cutie. But this is so pretty. I just love the way this one turned out. And I've got to bat it and back it and get this one stitched up. And I'm going to lay that right there, Levi.
Crazy man.
And that's my Winston. He's laying on a new quilt too.
He's fluffy.
This is my dragonfly quilt. I really enjoyed this. This material was so nice to work with. And what I did is just kind of made shadow box for it.
That feels nice.
Isn't that a nice material, Levi?
Yes.
Anyway, I just made a shadow box to illustrate the dragonflies and the beautiful texture of these materials. And that's another one to bat and back. And then this one, I've got batted and batted, and it needs to go underneath the machine so I can get it quilted. I seen this on a tutorial on YouTube. Let's see, what was her name that did this? Stitch Obsessed was the video show that I watched on YouTube, and she made this pattern and I just fell in love with it. And I had the seascape material here to do that with, and I used a light gray for a background material, and I thought this one turned out real nice, and it's nice and heavy, very nice and heavy. Okay, let me fold this one up. And then I have one more I wanted to show you this morning, and I have it on my couch, but my little Winston,
dude,
he loves quilts. But this one is really nice. I've got this one all completed, and I think it turned out really pretty. It has a beautiful backing. This magnolia material is so pretty. It's a beautiful backing, I think. Yeah.
Feels good too.
And I have a few loose strings, but I've got it washed and ready to go. But I'm really proud of that one. It turned out beautiful. My sister-in-law gave me some charm packs of this material. I don't know the name of it.
There's a light in it.
But that's really pretty.
The camera, that light right there.
Okay, let's get to sewing.
Okay.
Okay, I've got this block completed. Thank y'all for putting up with the little sideshow of the quilts this morning. I'm just doing some free motion work. I use a Baby Lock Jazz 2. It's very new to me. I've had it since, I believe I got it in September. It took me several months to kind of figure it out, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I really enjoy it.
Here's what I holds the phone. It's not the best, but it's something.
My producer's trying to get us all set up here.
Yeah, I'm set up.
Okay.
Tell us if you like the background music.
Thank you all for all the wonderful comments and likes last week's program.
Well, go.
Thank you. I'm thinking about maybe doing a series. I'm kind of thinking about maybe starting at the very beginning on a quilt, selecting a pattern and going with it from there. Make a pattern or find one to use, and then I'm going to show you how I cut my material and do the whole 9 yards. If that sounds interesting, let me know. I think that would be a good show. It'll take a little bit, but I think it'll work out. Okay, let me cut my threads back here.
Honestly, the view is perfect because
Good.
the quilt is not getting in the way
Good.
no matter what.
That's what we want. We're real new at making our videos, so thank you all for subscribing and your wonderful comments the other day. We really appreciate it.
I think Lainey's jealous because you have more subscribers than her.
Oh my, we don't need that.
She says she only has like
Oops,
7.
that's a square I'm going to have to take out. I don't like the looks of that. I got to going too fast, lost control, and that's easy to do. I have to sew with my shoe off on the pedals so I can control the feed. Let me try another square, and I'll take that one off when we're not on camera.
1 second.
Take all those stitches out and try to redo it.
Okay, now.
I'm using my foot today for the first time. This is my new ruler foot. I have been up since before daylight, and I played with my rulers a little bit, but I've come to find that I really like this foot. I have a really bad habit of stitching along, getting a block finished, and realizing I forgot to put my presser foot down. And then you end up with a wad of thread on the back of your quilt. And I don't like to have to take out stitches, so
Sorry, people.
this foot will not let you sew if the presser foot is not down. And I'm enjoying that little added security there. Okay, let me move to the next block. I know that a lot of people say not to try to maneuver around without breaking thread, but let me show you the back of this quilt here. It is a beautiful material. It's a Tula pink backing, and I really don't want to mess that up and have a whole bunch of extra stitches on the back of that. So I'm cutting my thread a lot more often than I probably should, but I'd rather have it looking really nice and the customer be happy with the quilt. Let me kind of show it a little better.
Looks really good.
But I really do like this material. She's got an excellent line of fabric. And I think the longer I sew, the more I'll invest in her fabric. I really like the feel of it. Okay, I'm going to put a little flower on this one.
I don't know.
My 5-inch square here, I'm going to just pounce pat it down.
I don't
Yes,
know
Levi?
if y'all have realized, but her shirt.
Oh,
The shirt.
my shirt says Quilts by Juna. I kind of played around with my shirt one day and came up with this. It turned out fine.
I'll be
And it
getting
gave me a
some
feel
stuff
of
just like it.
trying to design shirts. I've seen a lot of videos on those, and I think it would be an interesting to learn how to quilt your shirts a little better. So that's another adventure for another day. Today I have to get this quilt done. Okay, I'm going to drop my feed dog. I'm going to pull up my bobbin thread. Use my handy dandy nail tool.
Oh, I just pet all the dogs and now they're chasing me.
Okay.
They're like, please, pet me again. Pet me again.
Let's sew this pretty little flower on here.
Yeah, they're
Does anybody else sew with their shoe off? I know it gives me better control of my foot pedal. Time to stop and cut this thread. Get that out of our way. I like using my pounce pad.
get it done by today?
I'm going to get it done by today. If I have to stay up tonight to get the binding on it, I'm going to have it quilted by the end of the day. Put a little leaf in here. And let's cut our thread again. Basically, this is how I've been doing the whole quilt top. I tried to move from one block to the other in stitch in the ditch style, but I just didn't like the way it made the back of the quilt look, so I'm going to go the extra mile and make this work for me.
And please tell us if the lighting is good. We try to make it good. We
Yeah,
have a bunch of lights here, so
we're really new at this, so any suggestions or comments that would improve our videoing
we've been
would
getting
help.
a lot of good comments.
Yes, we sure did.
And just some people that
Some
we
good
know
constructive.
telling us. What's funny was somebody told us we should start using Pixar, an app that helps do pretty much everything. But we already are using it, so.
Yep, we already got that one, don't we? Okay, here we go again. I'm just making some little scallops around the edges of my little 2.5-inch squares,
I'm the one
just to
working on
define them.
But I'm pretty new to Pixar. Not the best at it, but
We're trying, and that's the main thing.
like
I think we can do anything you put your mind to, buddy.
because I learned some stuff in the past week from some stuff Pixar. It turns out I'm getting some shirts to promote my YouTube channel.
Yeah, your YouTube channel gets a lot of action, doesn't it?
Yeah, I have almost 20,000 views in total on it.
Wonderful, Levi. That's wonderful.
The phone fell off. I think the other one would
Okay,
work better.
just pause it and see
Yeah,
where
we're
we're
gonna
at.
pause real quick. Holy crap, I just started it on accident, but
That's all
I
right.
think the view looks pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, as long as this doesn't get too high up,
Okay.
I think it'll be perfect.
We had to readjust our camera.
Yeah, this time
It was moving with my
forward.
quilt. That doesn't work very well. I'm pulling my thread up from my bobbin.
And
It really helps to have the correct tools.
on our last video, somebody commented that we should do 3 or 4 videos a week.
I think we're going to try to
they
start
said-
doing them more.
Definitely do 3 or 4.
And I think what we're going to do, like I was talking about a while ago, I would like to do a little series and start at the very beginning of making a quilt. And that way we can walk through all the steps together. And so that's going to be coming up after I finish this quilt. We're going to start in on that, if that would be good, if you all would like to see something like that.
Well, this thing is
And-
like adjustable. It can.
I think what I'm going to do here is cut my thread again one more time. We're going to do another flower in the middle of this quilt. And we just got a few more blocks to do and this quilt will be done.
Okay, let's do this, people.
You got it paused.
Oh, never.
Here I am back again. I've got my little pounce pad out and made my flower. I'm going to bring up my bobbin thread again. See if I can get this to working a little faster for me. How do y'all do it when you're quilting a quilt top? Do you break thread and start over with each block? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. It's very time consuming breaking thread every time I turn around. but the results are really good. And that's what I like. Let me get this thread out of the way here.
I don't know why, but it's not like focused. Okay, that.
Throw in a couple of little leaves. Add a little more texture to this block. I think that looks pretty good. The chalk from the pounce pad wipes right off. I like that. I have used the blue pounce powder and the pink, but I go back to the white every chance I get. I prefer the white. As long as the blocks show up the color, that's what I'm using.
Oh yeah, zooming out is a lot better because I can see you and the quilt
Good.
pretty decently, I think.
All right.
So, yeah, I zoomed out as much as it will. I think it looks better.
Thank you. Like I said, we're real new at this videoing, so we're going to make a few short videos, and then we're going to make some long ones with the series. Y'all just hang with us, and we'll get the kinks ironed out, as they say. What I'm doing now is I'm just scalloping around the edges to give it a little more texture on the small blocks. That would be cute. That would be cute.
Side quest.
Yes, that would be cute, Levi.
Okay, people. I'm gonna pop up 3 times in this video, and you gotta try to find me. So,
My producer wants you guys to find him. He's gonna pop up and see if you can locate him.
3 times.
My producer is my 9-year-old grandson, Levi. He's gonna be 10 in August.
Double digits.
I'm starting on this corner right now, just to get the little squares some texture. And I believe I'm going to have this quilt done by the end of today. Today is Sunday, May the 18th, I believe. That way I can deliver it tomorrow and I can start on my next order.
We're gonna
And
try what you
I am very I think they seen a car going by on the dirt road.
I'm gonna let him outside.
Thank you, Levi.
Crazy dogs.
Whoops.
Listen, come outside. Listen.
He'll stay in. He hardly ever goes out without me.
Listen.
No barking. Winston.
Listen.
Let's pause the camera for just a second, buddy.
Yeah, these dogs are going crazy.
Right, I'm back now. Had to let the dogs go out. I'm starting on a fresh block.
I think we'll do
This top is just so close to being finished. What I'm going to do is go ahead and finish this up, and then when I come back, I'll show you how I bind it. And what I'll do for today is let's call this video good and make it kind of short, and then I'll start the binding process and we'll video that. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day.